loaded down Tiger Main at 2 board. This part of the road here, we're going through the trees there and then all through here. All this is part of a old rail grade system that was designed for, they didn't go over hummocks like this. Not the steep part that we came down, mind you. I'm just talking about the flat part. I think it actually starts up here. It's part of an old rail grade that they built for the mining industry. They had railroads all over the mountains here. But, I mean, I think that they pushed the limits a little bit for mining and logging back in the old days, but usually 3% maximum grade for rail grades. They just can't keep traction any more than that. They got to put sand on the rails and stuff even at 3%. I know that there's rails, there used to be railways like mainline that was in advance of 3% back in the old days, but they've done other things since then, like they blast holes in the mountain and have it do a switchback inside the rock instead of actually going on a steep grade. In India, I think there's still lots of railways in the near the Himalayas with really steep grades. They put so much infrastructure into British Columbia when they were first logging and mining with railway. It was incredible. Like, you can see old pictures of the trusses and bridges and stuff that they built just for the rails, just to haul logs out. And it was different back then. Now the mills are a fixed point. They don't move, and the logging blocks change. Now, a long time ago, when everybody was still cross-cutting these huge trees, and they would high grade too, which means that you would only go into the bush and take the best, biggest trees. You wouldn't cut everything down. They cut everything down now, and there's not a lot of big trees really left. But what happened back then is they would move the mill location, so the camp and the mill would change location slightly from time to time, and then it would stay in one place for years, and that's how it used to be. And the mills back in those days, we're talking about a head rig, pretty much it, a head rig with maybe some other saws for cutting sides and stuff like that. I mean, it was pretty, but it's not like it is today. There's my truck cavitating again. There's something wrong with the fuel system. It's not throwing a code though. It's just it cavitates under a big load. I don't know what it is. this mountain here is actually, it's literally right above my home, right above trail. It's just outside of a little hamlet called Rossland, which it's a big, well, was a big mining community. I don't know what it is now. A lot of yuppies live there now. And then between Trail and Rossland, which isn't very far, I think it's 15 kilometers, there's a little town called Warfield. And it's interesting that it has that name because Warfield is actually where they still manufacture all the products to make ammunition, like we're talking about the bombs, like nitroglycerin and stuff. And I don't know if they still do, but they used to manufacture heavy water for enriching uranium. So I don't know if that's why it has the name Warfield, but anyway. And then Trail even is a smelter town. They smelter metal from all over North America, comes here and gets made into ingots. And the lead, copper, silver, zinc, gold, like you name it, they smelt it there. And a lot of that stuff, I mean, nowadays the prices have fallen quite a bit, but it's interesting that the metal prices have always peaked their highest points when you see this. They blasted a hole right through this rock here. This was done like 100 years ago. Anyway, metal prices have always been their highest when they're blowing brown people up on the other side of the globe. It's kind of sick, but yeah, that's why. That's how Canada, the US make their money. Anyway, I'm on the main road, so I'm gonna